Hi, folks. I'm meteorologist Tom Kvika with you here on a Memorial Day evening. All right, it's a hot one as promised. In fact, it may have even exceeded expectations just a bit. It's still 97 out of AX, but they have been running hotter than many of the other thermometers in Cenla. But I did pick up a high of 99 so far in Atlanta, up in Wynn Parish. Yeah, it was a hot one. Well, we are 72 dew point, which of course the humidity makes it feel even hotter. We see a mostly sunny sky, and likewise up in LaSalle with Gina at 92 degrees, we see mostly sunny sky as well, a little bit hazy at times as well through our Cenla broadcasting tower cams. Looking at the radar, not much, if anything, happening here. Remember, we had that little round of thunderstorms between, say, midnight, 1 a.m. Into about 5 a.m., prompted a couple of warnings for our northeastern parish, for Catahoula, Concordia parishes there a couple of times. Otherwise, it's been pretty quiet today, just hot and humid. We're starting to see some isolated cells up around the DFW Metroplex there, some more stuff in the Texas Hill Country. And right now, indications are that that will not congeal into something and head this way. You can see the tops of the storm clouds being blown in our direction by the upper level wind. So if anything formed up in the North Texas, certainly South Oklahoma, it would have a bead on us. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen just yet for this evening or tonight. May happen tomorrow, though. More on that in just a second. Satellite and radar indicating that the front, as expected, coming through. Many times it does warm up ahead of a cold front or a front or boundary of some sort. Notice the increase in storms as we see these convective signatures out across Mexico, South Texas, and North Texas. There's another pulse of energy coming up, and that is going to keep rain chances in the forecast for the next couple of days. Futurecast with a high resolution model indicating right now that little if anything's going to happen this evening or overnight here. Once we get into tomorrow, especially tomorrow afternoon and evening, we'll start to see some rain and storms. This looks like a pretty strong thunderstorm here. So you get the idea. And again, as a meteorologist and forecaster, you don't want to take that too literally, but you know the atmosphere. It's going to be pretty unstable tomorrow. We'll have some strong, deep level layer wind shear, and so that can get supercell storms going. And of course, that is in the forecast for tomorrow, some of that severe potential. Through 8 o'clock, we see hit and miss variety. And even into Tuesday, 10 o'clock, we see some isolated stuff to the south. But that's the way this model is posing things. The large-scale pattern has a front, a boundary near us. Now, that could cause this to overachieve and become much better organized than what this model is saying. And the definitive word on that will come tomorrow morning when Nick Mikulus will be looking at things. He's going to have a whole lot more data than I've got right now to look at, and he'll be able to put that together and tell you whether you're going to have a more organized or a scattered threat or exactly what's going on there. Right now, I'm pretty much on the fence with that. From Wednesday, you see other waves coming through, so this is going to be an unsettled regime. This, according to the Storm Prediction Center, this is what we have as far as the potential across the nation, right here centered in the southern plains across Texas, and then kind of working eastward into our area. And a little bit closer look at that reveals that the most of Cenla has a slight risk or level 2. A part of Cenla has a level 1 out of 5 or a marginal risk. So here it is in summary. Tuesday afternoon, evening looks like the potential for severe weather there. It is a level 1 out of 5 and a level 2 out of 5. Both of those categories are in one category that I call limited. Limited in scope, limited in duration. Don't see enhanced events yet out of this. Again, point 3 right here, the situation has potential to overachieve based on the factors that I told you earlier. And again, Nick will have more information on that in his morning stream tomorrow. The percentages as it stands right now: wind 5 to 15%, hail, large hail 2 to 5%, and then a tornado less than 2%. The wind would be a criterion of 60 miles per hour, and the hail criterion is quarter size to meet those percentages. Rainfall, yeah, we'll get some, maybe scattered or organized. Again, depends on exactly how things shape up. Less than an inch, I think, in the scenario I see right now Peak amounts could reach 1 to 3 inches. You get a strong storm, or could drop a lot of rain quickly. Monitor your weather sources and make sure the situation is not going to overachieve. You want to see what Nick has in the morning on that. Now, here's a situation I'm going to play with here for you. Now, let's put the graphics on. All right, so we are going to enter an unsettled pattern. I'll show that to you in a 7-day. So here's why. Right here, this is Tuesday, and Tuesday morning. So we see that little disturbance right there. You can kind of see a change in the wind flow there. So there's disturbance one. It's going to keep things stirred up. Wednesday, here's the next one, which is coming through right here, just to the west of us, setting up right there. You can kind of see that change in the flow. And once we get into the day on Thursday, yep, you guessed it, here's another one. It's coming up right there. And then as we move into Friday, let's see, here's another one coming out of the Central Plains right there. And I'm not through. For Saturday, we see one right over across this part of the area. And then finally, as we go into Sunday, we'll let this play out, and we see one taking shape right there to the west of us once again. And again, I promise this is the last one, last iteration here. All right, and then by Tuesday, you see a big system up to the north. So things may remain unsettled, definitely for the foreseeable future, as far as I can tell. So here's the foreseeable future over the next 7 days. We have a rain chance in the column everywhere here across the area. Starting to go 50-50 tomorrow. That could overachieve for the day tomorrow. And then going into Wednesday, 60%. So I've got it raised to 60% there for a couple of days, Wednesday and Thursday and Friday even. Saturday, strong chances, a 60 there. And then start Sunday, Monday, keeping healthy rain chances in. Now, this time of year, at the end of May, first few days of June, this is above what we should be at. We should be about 30, maybe 40% on a daily basis. So we're definitely above that. And some of these numbers could increase as we get closer to it, because with disturbances, we're going to have a reservoir of moisture and instability available to anything overhead that comes across and creates lift in the atmosphere that makes rain and storms out of it. Looks like there's going to be a persistent boundary. That front I showed you, that is going to be something that's going to be around to focus the development of rain and storms and maybe organize it a bit. So right now, this is could turn out to be a conservative forecast here. But again, every day we got a rain chance, folks, to deal with. All right, Nick Mickens will be back with you in the morning, and I'll see you sometime later.